Hey everybody, here just to talk about the beginner experience in the Division 2. You might be a new player or returning player. I'm guessing though you're a new player since it's been getting popular and everyone's been flocking over to it. Just a few baseline principles before we get the entire video started. I'm a position tactical first player, so if you see me missing gear or that I die, it's basically because the test failed or because I am just doing runs in the absence of meta stuff or it just wasn't available to me because I was beginning from level 1 to level 40. Credit to my friend here for suggesting some set piece bonuses in the talent section where your armor is. I found these upgrades or skills helpful, but not necessary to survival. So you can play around with them if you want, but that's not really why I started this series. This is more to get beginners in a flow state so they can finish the game and get from level 1 to 40 a little bit faster if they want to do higher end content. I know people have work and school, and the Division 2 is a very time sink heavy type of game. So if you don't have an evening to yourself and you're doing homework or whatever, you want to get through it as fast as possible. And I'm not doing this to ruin the game in any way. This is more just to set you up for success. And the reason I'm saying get through the content faster is because there are dailies and weeklies that unlock after level 30 or 40, I think. And once you get to those, you can keep doing them over and over again, and they are kind of time heavy. Not to mention, global events and seasonal events happen, so you'll want to be on top of those if you want to do any of that content. So, this is why I want normal players to understand how to get from A to Z in a very fast fashion. So, going off the first thing I said in the video, which was positioning, this is going to be key or king in your playstyle if you want to get this done in a very smooth, fast fashion without dying too much. And the first positioning advice I'm going to give you is doorways. These are real in life thresholds in a tactical environment that keep you from getting shot if you angle them right, which means don't stand in the doorway, which is a death funnel or fatal funnel, as some people call it in the CQB, paintball, and what is that? Airsoft community. The airsoft community also calls it like a fatal funnel, where you're just going to go down if you stand in that threshold. So basically, I'm talking about scripted events. You'll get to an arena, a bunch of enemies will spawn, and you'll think you're shit out of luck, but you're not. Just go back towards the threshold, stand away from the doorway at an angle, and basically guard the door, throw grenades inside, chuck a bunch of explosives, use your gear if you have gear. Do everything you can to get the enemy to funnel towards you and pick them off. So that's the main way to do it if you want to get it done fast, especially clearing whole arenas of enemies. Some people might call it cheese, but for me it's just a tactical play. It's not really anything special. You line up at the angle where the door is and shoot the enemies one by one. Especially if you're at one of the weak stages, like level 18 maybe, level 10, somewhere around there, you're going to want to stand back a lot more or use cover a lot. So that's the other part. And if you want to swap weapons or whatever, upgrade your armor, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not saying don't play that way. I'm just saying these are the basics. If you don't have these basics, you're going to die a lot more. Second is class or role. I'm not specifically talking about in-game mechanics like skill duration or skill effects or your explosive damage, even though those are factors in how you can obliterate the enemy faster. What I'm talking about is how you set up your class. This goes into builds territory. This part might be confusing, but I'm not talking about builds specifically. I am talking about a role or a kit that you're going to use. So if you're going to, let's say you want to do an assaulter class, you're going to want to put on assaulter equipment. It just makes sense, right? But what you don't want to do is trade damage on something else you're running just because you're an assaulter. Say you run also a shotgun as your secondary, you're going to want to put on something that has shotgun damage on it. But you do want to make sure that the baseline weapon is good enough for play without the armor. So if you are getting weapons that are a little bit on the weaker side, they're not doing its job efficiently, you're going to want to try and look for a better one and then come back to the mission you're trying to accomplish with the better weapon and then tackle it that way. The extra damage on the armor is not supposed to be a crutch. It's just supposed to enhance the damage or output of your weapon. And if you're running something like an LMG, you might want something with LMG damage. And if it's slow to reload, you want quick reload or faster on reload kind of stuff. That's not really what it's called in the game. It's called like speed reloading or what I can't remember what the actual name is, but you'll see it in the game. I gave the example of Assaulter, which is a basic class you can run in the Division. It's a role that you can specify and narrow down to what you want to build upon. So it has all the information in the game. You can find every piece of equipment for that class, and you can even run some weapons and skills that are related to it. Later on, I will show you what I mean by role playing or having a role. I will make an entire video on it. Mine is called JTAC, JTAC, which is Joint Terminal Air Control or Controller. It's based on a real life military position in air air dominance basically, and I can show you what that looks like without going meta, without like putting too much extra damage on, and without sacrificing your operational capabilities inside of missions, especially solo. But in the rest of the video, I'm going to show you my Assaulter class, how you can set it up, and how you can get this person, Kendra, out of the picture and get your objective done for the SHD tech or the P017 launcher for technician. Is one of the last tasks you have to do for technician to get that P017. So you're gonna be wanting to follow this guide and look directly at the objective and what the wording is, because it can throw you off sometimes. It might be a little vague until you read it, and then it gets more specific as you play. You're like, oh, okay, I have to do that mission, I have to do that run again because I missed what it said. I have the picture up here on the screen. It says, kill Captain Kendra Nelson in the Capitol building by shooting the weak point on her RPG backpack. First, on normal or higher difficulty. So, first things first, like I said, positioning is everything. Here's the doorway that I'm standing at, and you can see that I threw my turret up on this little corner over here, and it is handling the enemies beautifully without targeting Kendra. It might target Kendra every now and then, but it's focused on these hostiles right here in this little corner. So I run back whenever I get injured, and I put a little pool of health with the chem launcher. You might want to upgrade enough to at least get all your skills and do that. You can armor yourself with the chem launcher. I think it's the first skill that opens. I'm not really too sure. I kind of just grinded to level 30 very fast, so forgive me if I skip a few steps, but I was enjoying the game, the music, the atmosphere, and my friends, so I will I will tell you all about the solo experience too as well, which is mostly what I play. But the point here is to get rid of all these hostiles, right? You want to pick them off either with a sniper, gun them down with the LMG, or get your Assaulter class on, kill them with your AR. I chose to bring kind of a hybrid class of Assaulter and Survivor. So the chem launcher basically serves as my plates, or like my ceramic plates in Call of Duty. If you've ever played Warzone, it's like your ceramic plates. So don't pop your plates or pop your health when you're in trouble. Pop your health when you think you're about to get in trouble and start shooting, because that's what it's made for. It's made to sponge up the damage. So don't just pop it and then wait. You gotta pop it, start shooting back. If you're already in the red, just wait a little bit and then start shooting. With Kendrick here though, this little sniper match, you just wait for her to peek her head, kind of headshot her a few times until her armor goes down, and then you want to hit her rockets on her back, but the red part, not the pouch. I did it, for some reason it didn't unlock the technician for me. This was literally one of the last things I had to do, besides take a control point, no, not a control point, a stronghold on hard difficulty. This was the second to last task I was doing, and it just didn't notify me at all. You might have to check back at the White House, and it happened to me, so it might happen to you. That's why I'm saying it. So if it doesn't show up, go back to the White House, see if it happened for you, and then if it's checked off, do your next objective. And as you can see here, Kendra is not one to shy away from frontal assault, so you're going to have to hide from her and then wait for her to start gaining up on the last position she thinks you're at. Because you're going to have to go around to this corner and hide a bit and wait for her to crouch and then start leading towards trying to go after you. And she will go up this little ledge here, and then you're going to be tracking her basically like a hunter. Or if you played Metal Gear, you're going to be sneaking around behind her and using cover and trying to get a beat on her. It's easier than it sounds, but it also it looks easier than it sounds as well. So it just, go with the flow. Don't shoot at her if you're trying to sneak up at her. Don't even aim at her, because sometimes the AI just turns around because you're aiming. So really just try and get that advantage on her. So I'm going down here, down the stairs. I'm going to go up on top of these, and then I'm going to crouch, or not crouch, I guess, and then blow her little red tips up, and it exploded and killed her. And that's how you get the clear on this map for the technician. Like I said, sometimes it doesn't register. You have to go check at the White House. It didn't for me, so please just go check the White House. It might be cleared and you can move on to your next objective. So that's really it for the video. I know this is a pain point for me, so let me know if Kendra made you upset, if you had to clear it 3 or 4 times. I did this like maybe 4 or 5 times on hard. I maybe failed 2. I know for sure I got at least 3 clears with the right conditions, but it didn't clear on the technician sheet for me. So just let me know if it helped. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.
If you try, you just might get a little bit of trouble.